Hey guys, and welcome back to Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. Let's get volatile in the lichard.
Yeah, I love it how, like, the intro dialogues for when he enters the stage are specifically tailored to a Plague Knight. Adds a little bit of charm, I think.
Jump into the hole. Do it. You can do it. There it goes.
Oh, you fucking idiot! What are you doing?
Oh, it's almost like it's a barely sentient amphibian or something. Anyway, guys, you remember the lichard. There's ghosts aplenty, there's shadowy scenes, and there is, of course, lots of treasure to find and skeletons to dodge.
Since Plague Knight can't really bounce on, like, gravestones or things like that, like Shovel Knight could do to reach particular bits, he's gonna have to rely more on the burst jump. I know this area has, like, a Plague Knight exclusive section that just gave me, like, the hugest fucking trouble for a long time, because I knew what to do. And, again, the really generous thing about, you know, Shovel Knight as a whole is the fact that with the checkpoint system, you know, you're not, like, kicked back to the beginning of the stage. You get hit back a little bit. But, yeah, you know, you can pretty easily kind of get back to where you were and try again. Although, it does still kind of get annoying when you die, like, multiple times on one section, even though you're trying really hard.
Yeah, fortunately there are, like, cloaks you can unlock, much like the armors in Shovel Knight's campaign, that kind of dull the pain of dying. Like, even more so, because there is no life system, but, you know, cloaks that will allow you to drop less cash upon death.
And I think this mini-boss right here, you know, get your setup right, of course, and if you can get in the air. I mean, you were using Big Bomb, like, way more than I did. Like, I barely used, like, the relics in comparison, except, like, the one, which I'll have to remember which one I use when we get to it.
Yeah, and don't worry, guys, we'll probably, like, use Relic and Arcana interchangeably. They're basically the same thing.
I'm sure he has his own little exclusive, you know, Plague of Shadows term for that kind of thing.
He just calls them handy-dandy tools, alchemical tools.
His little explosion games, you know, that kind of thing. You know, it's fun for the whole family. They sell them in packs, and you can get, like, 10 bombs per person.
Oh, man, there's no, like, safety code in the Shovel Knight universe, is there? They live by the code of the shovel and the bomb.
That's true. I guess if you want to be a knight in the Shovel Knight universe, you kind of have to specialize in something stupid. Like, you can't just be, like, a normal knight. You can't just be, like, the guy who rides a horse, because horses are people in this universe, and that's just racist, you know?
Yeah. And deers and mice.
But I mean, like, you can't just, like, ride a horse and have, like, a lance and boom, you're a knight. No, you gotta have a specific gimmick, you know, like, kind of thing. I guess when you go to, like, the knight school...
Hiss! Hiss! It's not useless! It was my baby and now it's gone!
I know that you would be Phase Knight because of how much you love that damn thing.
Hey, it allowed me to cheese certain tricky sections of Shovel Knight's campaign, okay? And I will always appreciate and love it for that.
This part is really kind of tricky because you have to land the bombs in such a right way to get the platform going down, but then you have to make sure you have a jump charged up so you can jump across without falling in the water. And that gave me so much trouble, like, the first time I did it. I just got, you know, I got a little bit salty, I'll admit. You know, these days I'm a little bit better with that kind of thing. But yeah,
no,
you know, I was trying
fucking not. You're the saltiest motherfucker I haven't seen.
Oh, come on. You haven't seen me lately. I've been so much better at this kind of shit.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it, I guess. You deserve that much after all these years.
That's true. I deserve a lot of things, actually.
Uh-huh. But not bombs. Not bombs to the face. They're exclusive to mini-boss bit skeleton over here.
What if it was like a cherry bomb? Because those are pretty fun fireworks.
I remember hearing cherry bomb for the first time, and as a kid I just thought, wow, that sounds delicious.
Wait, for a moment I thought you were talking about the song, because I know there's a song called Cherry Bomb in Guardians of the Galaxy, which you watched a while back, if I recall correctly.
That's a bit of a random segue, but yes, it's one of my favourite MCU films.
Okay. I mean, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was really good, and I'll probably go see Volume 2 if I could ever be arsed to fucking do it. Like, you know, with me, like, it's kind of hard for me to start, like, anything fiction-related these days. Like, I've barely only really gone to see movies with, like, you know, Steven and things like that, and that's kind of it, I'll be honest with you. Otherwise, I'm just like, fuck it, I ain't doing it.
Oh, all these shadowy areas still up to their shadowy business.
It is a plague of shadows in this level.
I will say, that's not just like a cool-sounding tile. There is a plague of shadows in the game. But is it Plague Knight? Is it Shovel Knight? Is it the Enchantress? You won't find out until the end of the game, dear viewer.
Well, clearly it's Shadow Knight, duh, the hidden, most popular fan-made knight of this game.
Damn, you're going straight to hell.
I wonder if there's actually, like, fan nights made by fans of Shovel Knight. Like, what's the fan art scene for this game? Because you'll notice with certain games, like with Overwatch, and I'm not just pulling that example out of my ass because I like Overwatch. No, Overwatch has a ton of fucking fan art, and really, I think a long-term success for a lot of these kind of games really does depend on how engaged the fan community can get with it, you know? That's one reason why, you know, the popular joke is like, oh, you know, put your name in DeviantArt with the hedgehog on it, you know, that kind of thing. It's a joke, yeah, but at the same time, having that very vibrant, active fan community for the long time really does help franchises, you know, lifespan, you know what I'm saying?
I have actually found quite a few fan-made nights on Google search. I'm not going to put them like in the video, as I did in Mega Man Battle Network 6, but I will try and include the links to them in the video description, so check that out, open it in like a new tab as we're going along. We have Scarab Knight, let's see, I'm going to try and get the link for you here. Gonna put that in the old Twitter or the fucking Skype conversation right there.
Yeah, I want to bring this up. Let's just slow this up in the window, hope Firefox decides to play along.
I'm only going to give you a couple, just so we can get back on topic. And the second one I'm showing you is Piper Knight. The rest I will read off. There's like a chef-looking knight, Pan Knight. That's amazing.
That's silly, but I kind of like it.
Okay, I'll just put all these in like the Skype thing for later.
Oh my god, that's like a huge list. What are you doing?
It's cool though. I love like Robot Master kind of designs. It's infinitely creative, I think. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've told you before about my attempts at making my own kind of Robot Masters for this
Yes, DragonMan.exe or whatever.
I made more than just Dragon Man. Dragon Man is just the most memorable one. I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, Chester, show us what deals you've got, mate.
I wonder if he has, like, a network of, like, blue chests he can, like, teleport between.
Huh. It's blue. Hopefully it's bigger on the inside, otherwise he's got to be really cramped like 99% of the time. Is it a TARDIS?
I would guess. I mean, TARDISes come in a variety of shapes, don't they?
All shapes, all colours. Leech Liquid, a very interesting arcana. Basically, you hurt the enemies and you get health back.
Oh yeah, I definitely use this one a lot, and it's really great for when you're fighting bosses, because it does it based on hits. It's not like you have to kill the enemy, so you can just, like, you can drop Leech Liquid when you have a moment. It takes a moment to charge up, so you are vulnerable during that. But once you're doing that, you can just throw your bombs and kind of recover health, especially if the boss is ground-based. You know, that's a lot helpful.
Yeah, it's not recommended for, like, single-hit enemies, like the rats in the Explodatorium and so on, because I tried Leech Liquid against them, didn't really seem to work, so use it on ones that won't die in one hit.
A little bit more tricky stuff here. Oh man, that looked like you were about to die there.
Uh-huh.
These ghosts are still unaffected by being killed, which is a problem that tends to affect many ghosts when you think about it.
Well, if you remember the Hall of Champions, I think it was, the only thing that can kill them is like the crystal ball.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, I don't think you can actually get into the Hall of Champions as Plague Knight.
Huh. No, I seem to remember some dialogue that states like, oh, thanks for helping us, like, train or something, Plague Knight. Comes from one of the guards of the village and so on.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bit now. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna save that until you actually, like, show that bit off, because that's actually pretty neat.
All of these are mine. Go away, ghost.
Well, what does a ghost need with money? It's like when you build a tomb for a, Egyptian king, and he's buried with all of his money. Where's he gonna keep it? In his tomb?
Well, he takes it to the afterlife, or so the legends say.
Okay, so, like, do they kill the money so it becomes like a ghost?
And then they mummify each individual coin and whatnot.
Little tiny bandages for each coin. That's cute.
Oh god, this bit in particular almost made me shit myself because you can barely see the platforms at times.
That's true, and especially since you are so reliant on landing on stuff and, going through with your bomb burst. That's why the float burst is absolutely essential if you suck like we do.
Uh-huh. I'm okay with you saying I suck, because that's just the way I feel in my heart of hearts.
And I admit I suck at a lot of things, except admitting when I suck. Then I'm actually really good at that.
I felt I did pretty okay there, apart from like a bit of kerfuffles here and there in the shadowy section, so I quaff a tonic, and it's time to take down Specter Knight. no one gives Plague Knight his due in the Order of No Quarter. It's no surprise that he's a little bit betrayal happy.
That's true. I mean, they pretty much trashed the guy. And the dude is kind of creepy, admittedly, like, off-putting at first, so I can totally understand why, you know, the other Order of No Quarter would give them shit.
Wow, he actually shut up Plague Knight, that's the first.
That's true. I mean, like, you'll see it, like, very subtly, but throughout the campaign, some of the stuff that the Order says actually does kind of get to Plague Knight a little bit.
Oh, I love this setup right here. And I actually find, you know, I mentioned, I think it was in the last part, that some bosses are easier with Shovel Knight, some are harder with Plague Knight. I would say this one is easier overall, because if you didn't find the Flare Rod in King Knight stage as Shovel Knight, you won't have a projectile attack. So I just find this infinitely easier, because you don't have to, like, be in range of the scythe and so on so much.
And most of the time, he will often go to the bottom of the screen below the platform, so you can easily just stand on one and drop bombs on his head like you're doing here, and that makes him a lot easier.
There you go, didn't even take a single hit.
Nicely done. I admittedly struggle sometimes with Specter Knight as a whole.
Just overall, you know, the lichard, fun level, fun boss. At least it gives us a lot more to talk about than in friggin' Primal Keep, I'm gonna be honest. Mona? Mona, you okay over there?
No, she's clearly okay. I mean, she's kind of spinning around on her own without anybody else with her. Well, actually, now that I think about it, that is a little weird. What are you doing, young lady?
Dancing? You're supposed to be brewing! I know they both have ing at the end, but they are completely different subjects.
You could be brewing, or you can be brooding, or you can be brooding, which is both of those put together. There's no happiness for Alchemist, I'm sorry.
Nice, nice. Now, there is actually an achievement the first time you play through the game. If you just, like, sit and watch her do her whole dance through, and then I believe the thing on the right there, the platform, will come down on its own, but you can come down, like, manually by constantly tapping down or, like, Y or whatever.
The achievement basically accuses you of being a pervert, which I don't appreciate, because I legitimately sat here and watched this all the way through because I wanted to see if I unlocked anything extra, besides getting insulted, obviously.
Yeah, and the music was nice as well. Fuck you, you don't know me.
I noticed you cut through it a little bit for length. It does kind of extend for a while.
Yeah, well, I sat on that for like a minute more, because I was actually wondering where the achievement was.
Well, I don't need a spotter to lift, obviously.
Nice, nice.
I'll turn the music back on.
There we go.
Oh, it's okay. I kind of get down to Motown beats.
At least he's empathetic.
That's true. I mean, like, throughout, like, you know, this campaign and the other campaign, Mona is really the only person that Plague Knight sort of opens up to. He kind of does it very self-aware and defensively. Like, he's just not used to that kind of stuff. But he does kind of loosen up around her a little.
He has a massive crush on her, and it's probably reciprocated.
Yeah, no, you don't think? I mean, hell, it's pretty obvious to tell as you're playing throughout the game. Although, reading about this campaign later on after I had beaten the game opened up some other possibilities that admittedly I hadn't considered, and I was kind of stupid not to consider because it's pretty obvious with him throughout the rest of the game.
Is it safe to talk about it now, or shall we wait for the appropriate time?
You can if you want, that's fine.
Well, go for it.
Okay, pretty much the whole crux of the Plague of Shadows campaign is a storyline kind of dealing with Plague Knight's own sense of insecurity, you know, his lack of self-esteem. And this manifests throughout the encounters of the game, where the Order's giving him shit. Mona's really the only person he can open up to. Everybody else he kind of just insults and pushes away because he can't deal with that kind of thing. And it really actually manifests as well in the final boss, which I don't really want to talk about here. It's a really cool final boss, I gotta say, for this campaign. So we'll save that when we get to that. But it's kind of him learning how to sort of relax and open up and sort of accept himself for who he is. And Mona is really the only kind of person that goes, hey, you know what? It's okay for you to be this way. I'm cool with that. And it's just the lesson he has to learn throughout the campaign.
It's a lesson we all need to learn, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, like, You know me as a hilarious comedian on the internet, and I'm not gonna deny that at all.
I am biting my tongue so fucking hard right now.
Yeah, you'd better, man. Your tongue better be steel at this point. But, you know, I've had points, especially, you know, when I was in, of course, high school, as when this all tends to manifest.
Oh, it's a THD in high school story. I love these kind of episodes.
I barely give those stories. What are you talking about? But it's like, you know, I was really, like, you know, I was reserved, but more than normal, I think. Like, you know how, a lot of times, like, people sometimes use humor as a defense mechanism, be like the class clown and things like that, to sort of kind of get people to like them and loosen up and things like that.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't start doing that until I was a senior, actually. Like, I was so withdrawn in that kind of thing, and I was kind of emotionally a little stunted, I'll be honest with you. But one day I kind of just started doing it. I started acting like how I usually did around close friends. I started being more funny. I started making jokes and things like that. And it became less of a defense mechanism. It's more, this is the kind of person I am now. And as a result, I've kind of really opened up socially and, you know, emotionally and things like that. And I'm more confident in myself. I mean, I've still had a lot to learn since then. But it was kind of my first step in towards kind of coming into my own as a person that could kind of have self-esteem as for the kind of person they are.
As for me, I just bought self-esteem like in a 3-for-1 deal on Amazon. Pretty cheap, honestly, given the going rates, but I digress. This is the old Bait Bomb Assault course, and we gotta collect some Cypher coins, or Chifer coins, if you're saying it the way Helldragon usually does.
And this is the one right here that really relies a lot on using that bait bomb to hit particular pits, and to go across particular paths in order to hit switches. You kind of have to sort of... Oh, nice little bounce there, by the way.
Thank you.
You kind of have to sort of get your positioning correct. And again, it's really easy to die here if you do it wrong. There's like a particular instance in a bit where I just like struggled tremendously trying to get the coin and get out without dying.
I will admit I don't get all the Cypher coins in this particular minute area, because some of them are quite finicky, and what you may not be able to tell, like right away, is they don't stay in the areas they appear. They give you a limited time and then they will fuck off back into the abyss.
That's true. I mean, you definitely have to be on your feet. Like, and also a big part of this area is kind of puzzling out where exactly to drop the bait bomb in order to hit like the particular area you need to get. And, you know, having to, like, for here, you had to do it when the platform was in a certain position and things like that. And these dicks right here, I hate these fucking guys, by the way.
Well, we're just gonna let the power gauge fill back up and then we're gonna destroy them.
It's sort of like a weird extended tutorial on how to use the bait bomb, but really you don't have much combat application for it, I find, I have to admit.
I love the little bounces it does.
I mean, it's kind of cute for a bait bomb when you think about it.
Ah, delicious, fully cooked, gigantic turkey that's almost the size of Plague Knight as a whole.
I would presume that he just kind of opens his mask and he kind of just stuffs it down his gullet real fast.
Oh, it's like Amethyst eating that whole, like, pizza fucking burrito thing in the Bismuth episode. That was so fucking funny.
That's true, it's just like, she's just like trying to swallow it whole like a snake. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, good shit, man, good shit. I believe we're about halfway through right now, and it's going to get a little bit more tricky. We're going to be seeing another one of those purple anchor throwing knights. Oh, right here.
This room, oh god, I hate this room, because not only do you have to figure out where exactly to hit, you know, your particular bait bombs, you have this asshole down here throwing anchors at you all the goddamn time, and you're just trying to maneuver in the right position, and it's incredibly annoying.
Don't worry, we got this shit. He was just like milling about on the left side.
Yeah, really the strategy is to focus on taking him out first with the bomb. Then you can safely get down there and then get the coins you need.
Thankfully, I don't think, like, it's like a one and done kind of thing. Like you see back there, the sparkle didn't fade when I failed to get that particular Cypher coin. I don't know why I left it there, actually. Maybe it's because I was on, like, my 15th retake that I just wanted to get out the fucking level and stop using the bait bomb.
That's fair, that's understandable. But basically what you're saying is that you can go back and redo it to get any other coins you missed. Now, I know you're heading over there to get some of that money.
Ooh, that sweet, sweet cheddar.
Now that I think about it, wouldn't Plague Knight just, like, steal this shit? I mean, like, I know he's dealing with people, like, you know, in his little underground sanctuary, I guess we would call it. And, like, you know, he has the magicianist or whatever, however the fuck you say that.
Magicist, I think.
Okay, alright, it's still a weird word. But, You know, like, he's giving him money. You'd think he would just kind of straight up steal the potions when you think about it.
Him? I'm pretty sure it's a woman, mate.
Oh, alright. Are we gonna be up that school where we don't exactly know Plague Knight's sex, so we can't comment on it?
No, you said... whatever. Semantics, I guess.
Well, it all really kind of comes down to semantics when you think about it.
Uh-huh. If I recall correctly, I believe there's pink diamonds up in these blocks here.
Oh, okay, so that's where Pink Diamond is.
Shut up! I couldn't stop you in time. I couldn't stop you! We're only supposed to make one SU reference per part!
No, I'm sorry, when I'm a fan of something, I have to reference it 10 times. You guys know this. I've done this a lot with JoJo.
Oh yeah. Never fucking stops. Oh god. Let's go back to the village. Turn some stuff in, get some more stuff. It's all good in the hood.
Here's some green coins that I found. I don't know how clean they are. Can you make something out of it? I do like how the essences just kind of spin nicely in the background, floating. I have a hypothesis. If you put money into a service, you will get what you're looking for. That's my theory. Let's test it out.
Ah, the old exchange kind of principle. Nice, nice.
Personally, I used to operate on the barter theory, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah. It's all this Mon shit, mate. It goes right over my head.
Cluster is decent, as I said before, but the firing rate is a lot slower for that one. Orbit I've used on, like, I tried to use a lot of the casings actually as, like, a strategy for particular bosses, and they didn't really work out that well, but I did try to experiment with most of these. I'm gonna brew shoes for you, Plague Knight. How does that work out?
Yeah, make them fucking Gucci. I don't fuck with any other brand.
No, I just want to see him kind of walk around in giant-ass cartoonish platform shoes, just because I think that would be funny.
It would, ironically, probably turn Mona off him, to be honest.
That's true. I mean, I guess he's small, so he's pick-upable and huggable? I don't know.
Oh, he's the most kawaii of the Order of No Quarter.
No, let go of me! I am the knight! Oh, here we go.
Percy just keeps giving us tips.
And it's all geared towards horses, I love it.
Oh man, jokes. Jokes and bants for days.
Fuck this, I'm out of here, see ya, Percy.
Bye! Okay guys, we put it off for long enough, but next time we will finally be visiting the Explodatorium. Come back then, it's gonna be a good one. Bye bye!